to Riva Now. Doing something a little different here than we normally do, right?
Yeah.
So, life's been busy, life's been great, and we wanted to put out a video for you, but because we were dealing with all the stuff, we're like, we're gonna sit down like this, almost kind of like podcast style.
Yeah.
So, we've got great stuff for you today. We've got updates on the blog, we've got updates on YouTube, we've got updates on cars, we got updates on Portland. It's gonna be great. We've got whiskey.
Updates on drinks.
We've got wine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we're talking loud. We're getting into this mic. We got this new mic today too, so should be fun. But yeah, let's dive right into it. What's going on with you?
Oh, not much. Hanging out with my wine.
Doing the wines. Yeah, so the first thing that we're going to talk about in this awkward podcast style situation is a little bit about what's going on. So in the last couple months, we've been alluding to it ever since we got to Portland about getting a car. And we're now kind of vastly approaching that point in which we want to get a car. Oh, there's a cat.
Anna has been mean eyeing me for this whole time sitting, and then finally reached up and yeah, just a little needy.
So that's probably going to happen throughout this whole situation. But cars. So we narrowed it down to what kind of car we want. We want a smaller size SUV. Mm-hmm. So we've been talking about the Ford Escape. Mm-hmm. We've been talking about Escape for short. But then we are going to get wow. Don't want to
oh my
don't want to give too much.
Spilling the beans everywhere.
The Toyota RAV4.
Yeah.
The Subaru Forester.
Yeah.
Was there another one?
Honda CRV.
Honda CRV.
Because of the towing.
But that's down now. So okay, let's talk about that for a minute. So, and also, by the way, throughout the whole thing, you can tweet at us or comment in the comment section below if you have any commentary on what we're talking about here, because we would appreciate. We were in an Uber the other day and got feedback from a driver on a car that honestly changed our opinion on one of our top kind of front runners. So
Ubers are great for finding information about cities when you just move there. We've talked to so many different local people.
So many.
And learned so many things.
But
it's been great.
It's down to those four, and my family's always been a Ford family, so I'm naturally partial to the Fords.
Mine's a Honda family.
Honda family over here. The Subaru is kind of a front runner for us, mostly because we live in the Pacific Northwest, and it's pretty much a prerequisite to drive a Subaru.
Yes.
But also
state car.
But also the sustainable aspect of it really intrigued us. So obviously Allison's whole blog being the whole sustainability factor. Subaru produces their cars with no waste, which is pretty incredible when you think about all of the pieces. So they remelt scrap stuff and re-put it into whatever.
Which is smart. That's
super smart. That's amazing, and I want to support a company that's like that, because I think we need more companies like that. The RAV4 we test drove if you saw our last video, that we went out to the coast and went hiking, and that was a good little car. I mean, it did everything we wanted it to do. I believe they come in all-wheel drive, which is a big plus for us. Mm-hmm. We definitely want an all-wheel drive vehicle. Almost everyone that we're looking at is going to have that, just for safety and things for future family stuff and all that stuff. So if you guys have a preference, which one, let us know, because I think we'd be intrigued to find out. But that's going to happen in the next couple months. So you're going to see a video soon, probably coming out on the channel, where we're doing some test drives, things like that. But we have to get a licenses changed first.
Yes, we do need to do that.
Yeah, so family trip to the DMV, probably won't vlog that one. Just not because fun. That's never really, no one likes the DMV.
No. Or if you have any tips on car dealers and working with dealerships and stuff, and
negotiating
tactics. Prices, especially when you don't have a car to trade in, your first car. Any tips in that area would be appreciated. Yeah,
any tips on negotiating, highly would love those. All right, next topic, the blog. What's been going on with the blog?
Not a lot right now, but a lot to come. I have a bunch of collaborations with their brands in the works. Stuff kind of lined up all throughout until like I have one in May and a couple months leading up to it. A couple things that I'm excited about and excited to share. I am also speaking on a sustainable panel, which is cool, sustainable fashion panel.
Did you catch that? Allison is speaking on a panel because of her badassery is off the chart when it comes to sustainable things. What kind of panel was it? Just like real quick.
Yeah. So it was this woman organizes this event that's a sustainable fashion forum, and it's kind of made up of two panels. One is more from like a consumer aspect, and it's going to be me and several ladies just talking about like incorporating sustainability into like our wardrobes and like lifestyle and everything. And then there's another panel that's more of like strict experts in the field, like business leaders in business that are actually incorporating sustainability into their business model and things like that. Just a little bit more of a technical panel, but ours is supposed to be more of like kind of the consumer focused, more like lifestyle oriented panel. But yeah, we're just going to talk about how we've come about adding sustainability into our lifestyle and
when is
why. It's the third weekend in April.
Third weekend in April.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool. But it's a small component of Design Week, which is in Portland, which includes like not only like fashion designers, but like jewelry makers of like pottery, like art, film, like music, all different types of like design artist oriented, which is pretty cool. It's a week-long event, but then our event is on Saturday.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah, running YouTube channels and blogs and things like that. I mean, you get your eyes opened up to this world of what it is to be like a blogger or like a video creator. But then you kind of forget because you get so caught up in producing that stuff that you're actually what you're talking about, in your case, sustainability and ethically sourcing materials and stuff. You're actually part of that community. Mm-hmm. And it's easy to get like caught in your own bubble and talk about these things, but not actually interact with the outside world in that regard.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. There's expecting like 300 to 400 people. That'll be fun.
You're gonna kill it.
That'll be fun.
So the next topic that we wanted to fill you on is the analytics guy. So that's our second channel that we run, where I'm in there talking about all things data and YouTube and social media. It's going fantastic. I spoke on a live stream with vidIQ recently. I've been asked to be part of a lot of like behind the scenes, like working with different creators and networks and working with help develop tools for YouTube, which is fantastic. And I went on kind of this rant the other day on the analytics guy video. We'll link it above and below if you're interested. But assigning worth to a number, or why should we listen to you? You only have so many subscribers, is like a really common thing, especially for new and upcoming channels that are giving information. And if you guys fall into that category, give this video a thumbs up, because I think this is speaking to you, where it's easy for us as creators to like look at us right now. We're like 1,800 or something, and we're really proud of that, and we're happy to have every single one of you on board with us. But then creators who are bigger, or people that are just like kind of mean, are like, oh, you guys suck, you only have so many subscribers and we shouldn't listen to you because you're not the authority. But like the analytics guy, I am an authority. We work in advertising. We know the back end of all these platforms and want to share that information. And it was a good video, and I went on that a little bit. But yeah, it's been an eye-opening experience, because just so many people have so many great questions that, you know, YouTube help forums and things like that just don't answer. And going and doing research is a ton of work for those to get the correct answers. But it's something I'm really enjoying. You guys have probably been noticing over here, if you follow both of the channels, that I've been a lot more frequent over there. And I think it's just because it's very natural. I really enjoy helping people. I really enjoy answering questions, while in the past of this channel, we've done everything from like daily vlogging, where we produced like over like 370 videos or something in a year, which was nuts. And then to now, where we're trying to get a little bit more creative and like work on our storytelling and do some different things. Hopefully you guys have been noticing that over the last few videos. We're less like vloggy, you know what I mean? Where I think we're going to still do that to some degree, but pepper it in where it's what's the word I'm looking for? Where it's necessary, where it's appropriate. That's the word I'm looking for. Where it's appropriate, because I personally think that YouTube is on its next evolution soon. I think the people that are going to break through next are the ones that figure out how to evolve vlogging. I feel like people watch vlogs and they like vlogs, but now it's so prolific on YouTube that it's warranting that evolution, that something new is going to have to come. And so we've been really thinking about that, because we like to document our lives as how we started our channel, but like we don't want to get bored with it either. And I think creatively we've been getting kind of frustrated a little bit. Mm-hmm. Not in like a negative way, but like, man, I wish we could do something better, different. So we've been doing a ton of research and work on the back end to see what videos you guys have really liked, particularly looking at views and engagement rates and things like that, to understand what have we done that we produced and obviously know how to do that, but then how can we transform that and do something totally different. So that's kind of what is going on in the world of YouTube and things like that. Lots of evolutions, and I feel like we've been saying that the last few months, but YouTube for us is not our job. It's something that we love to share and do and create and try new things. Like right now, we're running a green screen right now, obviously. So that's what this is back here. But just try new things. Do we like it? Do we not? Is this mic working? Things like that. We're just having drinks and hanging out. Allison's been getting into baking and like cooking a lot lately.
I made bread. What?
Bread. And
No-knead bread is changing my life.
And it was bomb.
Great.
It was bomb. We got some really in the oven right now.
Yes, we do.
So,
it's been lovely.
No pregnancy jokes there, because that's not real. No buns in the oven. It's a loaf, so I don't know if that counts. But yeah, I mean,
yeast and flour.
That's pretty much our life, is baking bread and eating it and doing things. But
yeah.
So a question that has come in on Twitter a lot, and a question that has been in the comments every once in a while, is how are we liking Portland? Do we regret moving here? Would we have chosen to do this all over again? Why don't you take that one?
Yeah, I think we definitely don't regret it. It's been a really nice change for the both of us. I think it's just been like a lot of adjustment though, just since like I didn't continue on in the normal career path I did. So that on top of moving has been like a big adjustment to get over, instead of just like moving but continuing on in what exactly you were doing. I think would have been like a little bit smoother, but we're getting our feet together. What am I trying to say? Under us? Yes. Getting our feet under us? Yes. Yeah, it's all coming together. It just would take a little bit longer adjustment than I would have initially expected.
What have been some of the struggles with adjustments? Because I feel like to your point, I mean, I do think that the outdoors and all of those things like have been fantastic. Like the ability to drive to the ocean like in an hour or so, like I love the ocean. Was fantastic. Yeah. But for me, I just like jumped back in with the same company, like different team, and got used to that. But it was pretty much the same culture, so it wasn't as shocking of a change for me. So like, what have been some of the like harder changes for you, or things you've had to like get used to, or like stuff like that?
Yeah, I think like learning to like fully manage your own time without like outside influence has been interesting. So like I need like a full day with like a ton of stuff to do to be productive. If I have like 4 things on my list and then it's like, well, it's like I'm not like super motivated, but like if I have like a super busy schedule, like I need to be almost like all or nothing. And I feel like a full-time job kind of most of the times gives you that. Like, you're in meetings all the time and you have all these things going on. But, like, right now I'm having to, like, create all of that on my own. And, like, while it's been, like, fine and I feel like we've been successful with it, it's, like, also weird because it's, like, I don't have to. Like,
is anybody maintaining a like count?
Oh, sorry.
Like. No, I'm just being a jerk. No, we were just talking about this the other day. We were watching a video of someone who was saying the word like a lot, and it's super easy to do. But anyway, I digress, and I'm just being a jerk. But
it's hard.
It's
just different to have what?
Like staying busy, you know.
Yeah. It's very different, but I like it. I like having my own, like, I do like having free time. I feel like there's pros and cons to definitely having, like, your own schedule and, like, working for yourself and everything, because it's like you're only, like, you will be as successful as you put the time into it, but sometimes there's, like, nothing more you can do. Like, when you send out a bunch of proposals to people to be, like, offering your services or, like, working out, like, details and negotiations, like, you're kind of on a freeze until you, like, hear back from them. So sometimes it's like, okay, well, what next? What more can I do? Because you don't want to, like, throw out too many proposals and then you're like, oh, now I have 20 clients and I can't do all that. But, like, right. It's just, like, weird when you have these downtimes and you're just racking your brain, like, what else can I do? What can I keep doing? It's been just different challenges.
Well, what's difficult, too, because you've spent your whole career in an office. Like, you have to go to work and then do everything there just to come home and live your life at home, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're working from home, you're not used to that. There's all of the distractions that are home, right? Different chores or things like that. You want to go to the store, you want to run to the place over there to do the thing. You know, those are the things that have been, I feel, distracting for you especially. But I will say that it has been fantastic to have us divide and conquer on the home front, because Allison being home and helping, take pride in our home and maintain our home during the day, rather than both of us just getting really exhausted from work, coming home, and then, like, our old apartment in Chicago would be like, on the weekend, all we do is clean one day because we can't stay on top of anything. Mm-hmm. You've also, I will say, I don't have a very picky taste in food or anything such as that, but I definitely appreciate food. I have an emotional connection to food for sure. And she has been making some bomb dishes.
Thank you.
Like casseroles and salads and meat dishes and bread and different stuff like that.
I really like that.
And I will say that in terms of for our family's future and having time to set aside and be like, you know what, I'm going to try to cook this thing, get better at it, and learn and do whatever. When we, like, have a family, we never would have been afforded that opportunity, say, like, in Chicago or anything like that. So those are, like, the little things that you don't even realize, right? Mm-hmm. Or for me and for us, you know, starting our business and just evolving our careers has forced us to think differently, forced us to be a little bit more scrappy, forced us to redefine our budget personally, you know? I think looking back now, if we ran our budget the way we did in Chicago, but now...
That's our bread.
Go get the bread. And then I'll catch them up. So basically, if we ran our budget in Chicago like we were now, I can't imagine how much money we would have been saving or things like that, which is just crazy to think about. Because coming here and cutting our income essentially in half has forced us to evolve a little bit in terms of that and getting scrappy and being really efficient and really considering where our money is going, which is not to say that we weren't being considerate before, but it definitely was a total change, which is why things have been slow on the vlog and things like that, because we're forced to dedicate more time to the things that make us survive, right? Which is just really crazy and a lot of fun. So that's pretty much it. How's it look?
Great. We have 10 more minutes.
10 more minutes. But yeah, I mean, guys, I think that is about it for today. We've been going for quite a while. We got a monitor over here, but that's about it. We just wanted to have a little rambling, chatty, head talky video for you guys. But to that, we'll say cheers. Spilling Woodford. But to that, cheers. We keep it classy over here in the Casa de Karaba. And we'll see you in the next one, all right? Bye.